class. How are you doing today? How was the weekend? Trust you are fine. Last week we talked about prayer, that prayer is a spiritual communication between what? God and man. So this week we'll be looking at the forms of prayer and expression of prayer. What are the forms of prayer? We have what? Blessing and adoration, contrition, petition, and thanksgiving, including spiritual banquets. So firstly, what is blessing and adoration? Like I told you last week, before you pray, there are certain things you need to consider. So number one, I told you last week, you must praise God, honor him, and all that. So the first one is what? Blessing and adoration, which means what? Praising God. The second one is what? Contrition, which means was asking of what? God's forgiveness, that God should forgive us our sins. And the third one is what? Petition. Petition also means supplication and intercession. Supplication means what? Praying for yourself. And intercession means what? Praying for somebody. Like we usually say, Saint Anthony, pray for us, Saint Jude, pray for us, and so on. So it means intercession means praying for somebody. Supplication must mean praying for somebody. So in all, petition means what? Asking of what? God's favor. Asking God to do what? Something good for us. And thanksgiving, which means what? Showing gratitude to God, like things that he has done for us, being grateful to God. God, I'm so grateful for doing this to me. God, I'm so grateful for blessing my family. And the last one, which is what? Spiritual banquet. Spiritual banquet is usually done by what? Roman Catholic. It is a what? Devotional act, such as you offer prayer on an anniversary for somebody that recently died, or for a soul, or anniversary of what? Anybody. It is what? A prayer, a devotional act, whereby you pray for somebody, or you pray for somebody that died, or you pray for somebody's anniversary, like birthdays and all that. So we can also say spiritual banquets are what? Devotional acts that someone, that is the giver, has or will offer to someone else, the recipient. Examples of what? The spiritual banquet are what? The masses. The masses. You remember that times you hear you book masses. Whereby you book masses for people, you book masses for them. That is what? Part of what? Spiritual banquet. The rosary, at times when you are praying, you pray to God that during may the souls of all the faithful departed, all that is also what? Part of our spiritual banquet. So Holy Communion, you hear during Holy Communion time, the prayer before Holy Communion, there are some prayer in which the priest will say that they will pray for the souls of the faithful departed. It's also part of it. And holy ejaculation is a short prayer that you do what? On emergency. Short prayer being what? Done on an emergency. So the last one is visitation what? To the Blessed Sacrament. You go to the Blessed Sacrament, you pray that God should bless us, God should do this for us, God should do that for us. So those are what? Forms in which what? We pray. So I know you might have heard of masses, prayer during masses, you might have heard of Holy Rosary, you might have heard of Holy Communion, visitation to the Blessed Sacrament. But I believe this holy ejaculation, you will not have heard of it. So holy ejaculation is what? Is an ejaculatory prayer in which a short prayer is directed what? To God. It's a short prayer in which the mind is directed to God on any emergency. Example of the emergency we are talking about is should in case probably an accident occur now and you are trying to what? To pray to God that God should what? Sustain somebody. You say, God will have mercy. Hey God, pray. It is a short prayer in which one you pray to God. That is emergency prayer. A short prayer that is what? Being directed to God. So that is what we call what? Ejaculatory prayer. Expressions of prayer. We have two ways in which we express our prayer. Like I told you last week, if you are praying, some we shout, some we say it silent. So those ones that we say shout, it is called what? Vocal prayer. Vocal prayer is that in which is made using some approved forms of word. At times when we are doing vocal prayer, we recite that, like the Angelus is part of vocal prayer. We recite, if you recite Katina, it's part of the vocal prayer. And divine office, like what? Grace before me. If you want to say your grace before me, you will say God should have mercy. It is also what? A vocal prayer. So when we talk about the mental prayer, before we go to mental prayer, divine office, what do you mean by divine office? Divine office also means what? Liturgy of the hours. Prayer that is being said during any hour. Like we have the prayer that we say by 12 o'clock, we have the prayer that we say by 1 o'clock, we have the prayer that we say by 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and so on. So all those prayers, like the answer that we usually say, we usually use psalms. Most of this prayer is being done what? With psalms. So the next one is what? The mental prayer. Another expression of prayer is what? The mental prayer. The mental prayer is what? Bringing out our thoughts and minds to God, that God should do wonders for, expressing ourselves with God like a two-way relationship with God. So it is what we call what? Mental prayer. Like Saint Teresa of Avila once said, it's a heart-to-heart conversation with God. A heart-to-heart conversation with God. And when we come to this place, there are three things to consider during mental prayer. One, preparation. Number two, meditation. And number three, conclusion. The preparation is whereby you are praising God. You are preparing to ask of something. Contrition is also what? Preparing towards ask of something, that is God's forgiveness. And petition is whereby you pray, which is also called what? Meditation, whereby you meditate on what? On God's word. The last thing is the conclusion, thanking God, which is also what we call thanksgiving, being grateful to God for everything that He has done for us. So, in other words, the forms of prayer, before you pray, forms of prayer, you must consider blessing and adoration, contrition, petition, thanksgiving, and what? Spiritual banquet. So take note, expression of prayer, before you, the expression of prayer that you can portray is what? The vocal prayer and the mental prayer. So under the spiritual banquet, take note, Mass is a form of prayer that you can what? Pray for somebody. Rosary is also a form of prayer that you can pray for somebody. Holy Communion is also a form of prayer that you can pray for somebody. Holy Ejaculation is also a form of prayer that you can pray for somebody. Visitation to the Blessed Sacrament is also a form of prayer that you can pray for somebody. Holy Ejaculation, like I said, don't forget, Holy Ejaculation is an ejaculatory prayer in which a short prayer is directed to God. It's a short prayer in which the mind of God, is directed to God. So if you have any question on this, you can ask your question. I'll be available to answer your question. Thank you.